You can file this stream under things that I never thought would happen. We've been talking about the Pixel Fold for so long. The Pixel Notepad, I believe, the Passport, that's what it was called, for so long. And it's here. It's finally here. I've bought it. No hashtag Team Pixel required on this stream. Hashtag my own wallet. Paid for it myself, unfortunately. Would have been cool to have gotten it for free. And, you know, hopefully these concurrent viewers go up and up. In a perfect scenario, I would have had this scheduled and you guys could have been waiting on it, but FedEx is FedEx. It shows up when it shows up, and it just showed up, and I do not have the patience to do what I should do, which is wait for more people to show up in the chat, because I really want to unbox this thing, because I've been waiting for years. So we're going to switch over to this overhead camera. I see some people in the chat already. Still waiting on theirs to arrive. We're going to switch to this overhead camera, and we're going to crack this bad boy open. I think I should probably zoom in just a wee bit. That looks a little bit better. This is the unboxing experience, right? So, I mean, pretty small box. I remember the box for the Fold 2 was really cool. Like, it opened up, it unfurled in this really cool way. And this is, you know, everybody has switched to this very like basic, kind of depressing, simple way of doing things. Also got the Pixel Watch. That's the second Pixel Watch that I will now own. And I will be going to a full Pixel ecosystem for at least a while. That means Pixel Watch, Pixel Buds, Pixel Fold, all of that stuff. Come on. Let go. Okay, so there you got the Pixel Fold front and center. And let's just kind of set it out of the way for a minute. That's heavy. I can already tell you that is heavy. Heavier than I was maybe even expecting. Are there things in these? These look like buoys. What do you call them on like a boat? It's the thing that floats. I don't think that there's a whole heck of a lot else in here. Your thing to transfer phone to phone, USB-C cable. That looks to be about it. And let's see here. What is going on in these? Are these meant to be opened? Surely they are. There's something in here. It's just cardboard. It's just cardboard, guys. There's nothing in these. It's very strange. It's a very strange design. These are just bits of cardboard, I guess, on either side. So that's odd. We'll set this out of the way. Pontoons, I believe was the word I was looking for. Oh, guys. Few things get me more excited than moments like this. I'm very excited. All right, let's peel this stuff off and get a look at this device. I need to grab my Surface Duo 2 is already near me. I'll set it on screen. Oh my goodness, guys. This thing. Oh, it looks really good. I was worried that I had made a mistake with the black color. The obsidian. But I really like that. I really like that. Okay, here are some like immediate thoughts. One, it's heavy, guys. This thing's a brick. Another thing is this edge right here. Can I get this to focus with all the reflections? It's kind of almost sharp on that edge. That may be like a non-issue at all, but it's just something that I've immediately noticed. Everything else is very nice and rounded. The camera bump, I think, looks pretty decent. This is kind of like a matte look to it. You can see how not glossy that is. That is very, very cool. I like that a lot. Now let's do the dang thing. Open it up. And there you go. There is the tablet display. And let's do something that no one else is probably likely to do. We'll zoom back up just a hair for that. There is your Surface Duo 2 Z Fold, my goodness, Pixel Fold comparison. Is it opening up all the way? You can see there is a slight, like that's totally flat. And now it actually stayed that way. But naturally, it did sort of, you know, stay about like that. And that's not too far from where my Z Fold also is, right? Like that's pretty similar, pretty much the exact same thing. So that's the device itself in terms of just kind of looking around it. I guess the thing we got to do now is we got to power it up. and see what we got here. So obviously this is power as well as fingerprint scanner. Look at the thickness there. I mean, this thing really is, it's close, guys. It is close to a Surface Duo 2 in terms of thickness. In terms of height, really similar as well. Width, it's definitely more narrow, but still, this is a very Duo-esque form factor. So let's hold on this power button, and we'll get it booting up. Ooh, I like that. Obviously, extra space up here where the hinge is. I'm going to go grab a scale. I'm going to weigh these things. Curious how many grams we're actually talking about here. So I've got a pop socket on my Z Fold, so that'll be slightly off. Let's go to grams, but still, I'm used to about 270-ish grams. Duo 2, 294, hefty. Pixel Fold, 280. So we are right in the range of. That's interesting. It actually is heavy. The form factor, I think, makes a big difference in terms of how it feels. Okay, so let's go through the get started process. There will be some things in this I'll have to move off screen to show you. Download new eSIM. We're not going to download an eSIM. We're going to pop a SIM in once I'm done with this. I'm going to take it out of my Fold 4 and move it into the Pixel Fold. Haptics feel okay typing, pretty normal, nothing too extraordinary there. I'm trying to keep up with some of the comments. I guess I should be reading these things. I've seen that screen before, Ty. Yep, I believe we've seen that screen before on this bad boy, strangely enough. Weird place to have it. I feel like I've just gone through this process, oddly enough. Getting your device ready. I guess I could go ahead and start popping this SIM out. We're not going to go like super deep in this, just simply because I want to be able to kind of do this in a way that isn't on camera. Where's the SIM tray at? On the bottom, there it is. I overlooked it. SIM tray on the bottom. Of course, you know, I like that there's a back to the SIM tray. That's a small thing, but that drives me crazy on phones like Surface Duo. Drives me absolutely crazy. They just kind of float in there. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. This is better than that. Okay, awesome. So now we need to sign in to my various Google accounts. I can already tell you this too. Man, oh man, typing on this cover display, it's going to be so much better than typing on the cover display of this skinny, narrow thing. My Lord. Okay, there's my two-factor. I don't want to show you guys my email, my personal email. I'm sorry. That's private. Let's get through this very quickly. No, they did not send this to me. I am a member of Team Pixel, so they sent me the Pixel 7 Pro and a Pixel Watch, but they did not send anybody on Team Pixel the Pixel Fold. You will notice in the reviews of maybe the same people that you follow that what you will not be seeing is the hashtag Team Pixel in pretty much anybody's description, so forth and so on, because again, they didn't send it to anyone. They didn't send the 7A. They did not send the Pixel tablet. Don't know what's going on there. But yeah, we all had to pay for these. So fingerprint scanner. Let's see if this thing feels fast. Hey, guess what, guys? It's fast. And I love side-mounted hardware fingerprint scanners. They're better than in display. They just are. That's my 2 cents, but they are. Yes, I did pay for it. Fingerprint added. Continue setup. I just want to get to the home screen. And I do need to add my other email address, my work email, which is public. No thanks. No thanks. We're getting close. Again, though, look at the difference in this cover display versus this cover display in terms of, you know, how wide that keyboard's going to be, how usable that's going to be. Swipe up to go home. We're on the home screen. Like, yeah, there's Mint setting up. Okay, actually, I can use that as an example. So, I mean, look at the keyboard. Like it's like it's a normal That's just like a normal keyboard. And then like, look at the keyboard on that. Which one are you going to rather type on? I think that's a pretty big difference. You've got your Google feed to the left. Do I need to zoom in again? That might be better. Yeah, so Google feed on the left. App drawer there, feeling nice and smooth. Here's an interesting thought. Can you actually... So it doesn't look like split screening is like a thing on the cover display. That's an interesting, weird thing. Let's open this thing up. Ooh, look at that. Let's turn on location data. Boom, there we go. And like if you... Okay, so slow swipe up to get the taskbar. Okay, that's not so bad. I was worried that I would be constantly confusing it with the go home gesture, but I think that's going to be okay. Interesting. But again, if I swipe up and hold, you can see the split screen icon there, which is one way to get into it. And then you can just drag up another app or do this and drag up another app. Or you can long press it here and you see these two icons here, split left, split right. Those are two pretty simple ways to get that done. Now, like I said, I believe I started to say, I'm not going to go super deep in this video because I don't have anything installed on this thing yet. I've literally just unboxed it. So I'm going to have to kind of get things going before I'm going to be able to really put anything, to the test. I will tell you that it does feel like it's getting a little bit warm over here as it's going through this setup process. My Fold 4 does that as well, so I'm not super freaked out by that. I need to also find out if there's a way to make the fingerprint scanner just be always on, because otherwise I'm going to have to press it, and that might be something that I'm going to have to like get used to doing. Let's look at the settings here and see if there's anything interesting in there. Looks pretty basic. Display could have something of interest in it though. Adaptive brightness, lock screen, auto rotate. Smooth display is turned on automatically. Screen protector mode, of course, there's no screen protector installed on the outside. One person said that theirs did have it. Maybe it's a different region thing. Hard to say exactly. Jason says you can split screen on the front. You need more apps in the recents. They're not giving you the shortcuts, though. Like the same, all the shortcuts that you have on the tablet are not there. So, like, let's do that. Yeah, okay, so you can't see. So they change the way that you access it. That's interesting. You lose the shortcuts. Very, very interesting. Kind of odd, but interesting. So let's go back into the settings here. Anything else that might be... One thing I need, battery percentage in the top right corner. That's going to be an important one for me. One thing a lot of people have been talking about is the fact that on the Z Fold, you can have a layout here and then a totally different layout on the internal screen. Whereas on the Pixel Fold, it is the layout here. And then when you open it, this was the screen you were just looking at. And then there's essentially just a screen to the right. It's literally just, see, there's your two screens. So if I change something here, it's going to change it here. I don't know how I feel about that, if that's good or that's bad. I believe that's basically just like the standard Android behavior. Poke it and see if it breaks. I think I'm going to be okay. I think it's going to be, like I said, just like the standard behavior of Android. So I don't know. That's something that I don't know if that's going to bother me or not. I definitely do have two different layouts here. So, will I have to just adjust to that or not? Hard to say. The stiffness in terms of opening it, it's very similar to the Z Fold. I do love that sound. That's a really nice, satisfying sound. Let's do this obvious comparison, or obvious to me, I should say. Stop doing things, Duo. There's your side-by-side Duo 2. Obviously not as wide as the Duo 2, but definitely a lot wider than the Z Fold. And let's see here. Let's go all the way to the edge. And then here's an S23 Ultra. And like I showed you in some earlier stuff, the width of the Ultra very, very similar to the width of the cover display on the Pixel Fold. So there's an interesting, yeah, Darren, that's an absurd amount of money on this desk. And you know what? I paid for all of it. Nobody sent me any of this stuff. What am I doing with my life? Let's get these things out of the way. Questions, comments, concerns. What do you, very quickly, what do you want to see? I don't, like I said, I kind of want to just get started, like installing my apps and like getting going on this thing. But if perhaps anyone has anything, how is the Fold compared to the Duo opened? I'll show you. I'll show you again. Let me answer these stupid questions again real quick. Let me zoom back out to that level. I think is where we need to be. We're you know, we're here. And let me I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's open up that, and let's open up, I'll just open up YouTube. And so we'll do left, we'll go into the drawer, and we'll go YouTube. And you can see kind of the size comparison. Obviously, these are two, I've said the word obviously, I feel like about 90 times in this stream. What am I doing? These are two larger canvases than this, definitely. And like I told you guys a long time ago, when you take a Z Fold 4 and you turn it sideways, I kept telling you guys it was going to be identical to it, and it is. It's very, very similar. So if you've got a Fold 4, Tim Shadler, thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate you a ton for that. Thank you, thank you. If you take your, if you've got a Z Fold 4 and you want to know what this is going to be like, just turn it 180 degrees, and then use your imagination to then imagine folding it over, and that's what your cover display is going to be. That carried over to the, that's interesting. How did it pick which app? How did it pick which app to bring over to the cover display? Because it picked one. How did it know which one to pick? Was it the last, was it perhaps the last used? Because it went to the one on the right. There's my email again. Let's see, does it open up into the, it's the last used app. Okay, that's how it does that. Very interesting. Can you make YouTube half screen, excuse me, without opening a second app? No. So if you put this on one side, it's going to make you open up another app. There's no way to just have a blank screen on the other side, a la Surface Duo. You do have to have two things open like that. Can you have a floating YouTube video with two apps open? Yeah, theoretically you could. Let's turn down some volume here so I'm not blaring anything. We'll go to an episode of Bussin' with the Boys. There's your floating app. Let's go Play Store. Let's go, just because there's nothing in it, we'll go that way. So yeah, I just missed it, but you saw it for a second. You can in fact have a floating YouTube window as well. Tighten up indeed, Matthew. Definitely. Does the camera 4K 60? Let's see here. I'm assuming that it does. Let's go into video. Oh, here's something I wanted to see as well. So it opens up into landscape mode, right? So this might be hard to explain. If I'm here, the camera's shooting in vertical orientation, right? But if I open it, it's in landscape. What happens if I, how can I communicate this? Am I just shooting in landscape now? Is this video going to be landscape video? Because it's open, right? Am I making sense? If I'm here and I open up the camera, I'm shooting vertically. I have to rotate it to shoot landscape. Is this already in landscape because of the way it's open? I don't know. Video though, let's look for 4K 60 here. By default, it's 1080p, but you can do, 4K can't be used for this ratio. To use 4K, switch the screen ratio to 16:9. That's weird. So we need to go immersive crop 3:4, 16:9. Then you can go 4K 60 if you want to. That's a little bit weird. Wide crop. So that tells me right there, okay, I am filming vertically. So I would have to rotate it to shoot landscape video. Antonio, oh my goodness gracious, dude. Holy mackerel. That's too much. Thank you. Thank you so much for that super chat. Unbelievable. But I mean, Daniel, it sounds dumb, but here's the thing. The sensor is oriented the way the sensor is oriented, right? So it has to be this way. It's just a weird artifact of how the device, I mean, it's just the way it's going to work. I don't know any you would have to literally have a weird situation where the sensor could like rotate itself, which I mean, that would be insane. So one interesting thing though about that is that video in the tablet screen is going to be shooting in 3x4 video. If I rotate it, that's how they're kind of getting around it. That's really strange. So if you're shooting video and you want it to be 16:9, I guess you're just going to have to remember to be here. Is this 16:9 when you're in video automatically? It is. There's no option to go any other way. And you could go 4K 60 or 4K 30. That is a weird aspect, a weird artifact of just the shape and design of this phone. It's hard to explain that, right? But like the sensor is oriented the way it's oriented, so there's not much more you can do. What about that zoom? The zoom lens. I'm gonna take a picture like across the room really quickly. I just want to see how well it does. And let's open it up and we'll see what we got here. That's not bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna have to obviously do a lot more tests, but that's pretty cool. Martin says not a fan of all that. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what else they can really do about that. It's gonna be interesting to see how much, that bothers me. I guess time will tell on that. But honestly, how often am I gonna be shooting video with the tablet opened? That'll be, I guess, the question, because this might end up being just the better viewfinder to one-handed shoot and so forth. I don't know. We'll have to see. Duo. Someone said Duo 2, same picture. I'll do that in another video where I can really show you guys. It'll be quite a bit worse though, for sure. Nova should be compatible. I don't know to what degree on the Z Fold. It gets a little bit weird because, again, you're basically changing screen sizes and it just kind of scales. So it's not like super compatible in that way. Niagara Launcher, I think, is a bit better in terms of the compatibility. It is definitely getting warm in this setup that's going on in the background. It's definitely getting fairly toasty. Any other questions that anybody else might have? I'm more than happy to answer. Excuse me for just a moment here while I give that a second. I need to look at my camera, making sure. Okay, cool. Just checking on my dogs real quick. I've had some issues with some dog health the last couple of days. Did you try the case? I did not get a case from Google, but I did get some cases from Tudia. I'm actually waiting on other cases to be delivered, but I do have a couple here from Tudia that I'm going to definitely review. Outer screen protector. No outer screen protector. It's about as slippery as, it's really similar to this, actually. Like the kind of like semi-gloss thing going on, it's really similar. Does Google Messages look good on the inner display? Looks like that. Just a split column. Open to Chrome side by side. I don't have Twitter installed, but I should be able to open up Chrome. Let's see here. I feel like I've shown that email like 18 times trying to do this. New window. There you go. Just opens up side by side. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll install Twitter later. You can keep the dock on if you turn on button navigation. That's interesting. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not because gestures are the way I'd want to do it. Selfie with the main camera looking at the back. Okay, like a selfie like with it flipped. So there's a button here. So you do that, I'm assuming. Try rear camera. Switch screens now. So now we have that type of thing going on. So we can be like this. And then I guess, how do I go back? I guess I just have to like close it and open it back up to get a bigger canvas. Let's see here. There we go. I mean, that's a heck of a selfie. My goodness. That looks very, very good. That looks very, very good. Definitely no no concerns with that bit. This is one of the cases, like I said, from I think it's pronounced Tudia. Tudia. I don't know. A nice green look. Might be kind of slick. I've got green. I've got a, like literally like they sent me like 4 different colors. And that might be okay. You can get to the fingerprint scanner pretty decently there. I'll have to pick one of these and decide kind of what I'm going to do long term with it, which case I'm going to go with. But that's kind of what it looks like with a case on. Does the outside screen have the taskbar? No, the taskbar is it is for big displays only. So no taskbar on the outer display. That's only for the inside. Speaker test. Yeah, we can do that. I'll need to change a setting in order for you. So here's one thing with it not opening totally flat, a little bit of a wobble. A little bit of a wobble. Let's pull up YouTube Music and let's pull up Wavelink here so that I can temporarily disable my noise removal. It is now off. And let's go like halfway volume and we'll go to the new Queens of the Stone Age album. Sounds pretty decent. Yeah, you can open it. It does go all the way if you put like a tiny bit of pressure on. It's honestly it's the same as my Fold 4. Like it's very similar. Let's do the same song here. Paper Machete. Oh my god. That was a nightmare. Z Fold has more bass. Loudness is very similar, but less bass on the Pixel Fold. Let's turn that noise removal back on. Definitely need to do some more digging into that, but I feel like the Z Fold had a bit more bass, but they both sound pretty good. But yeah, that's true. That's true. I didn't have it lifted off the table. That was unfair. That was unfair. You're right. You're right. I'm rushing through this. Thanks for calling me out on that. Let's turn that back off. We got to put it back on the table. The can I pop that mostly off so it's like kind of flat-ish? Okay. Both flat on the table. Go back to the beginning. I stand by my initial conclusion. More bass here, very similar loudness. I think I'm going to be okay either way. But yes, there is a difference in the way that they do, in fact, sounds. Antonio Turner, thanks for becoming a member. Very much appreciated. Is there wireless charging? Yes, there is. Does it feel quite heavy in the hands? It feels very similar to my Surface Duo 2, slightly heavier than the Z Fold 4. It's a chunky, very like dense feeling device. That is definitely the case. Let's see. I'm going to take the case off for the moment. Pixel Fold sounds louder. Fold 4 sounds fuller. Yeah, I think that's probably pretty close to fair. Just got a text message, so that it's all working. My wife just said Pixel Fold came in. I'm going to say, yes, it did. And look how nice and big this keyboard is. Yep. Great. That is so much better than the than the Z Fold. The case doesn't need stickers. No, they don't have any kind of adhesive in them, and it seemed like it was okay. I'll have to spend more time with it to be able to really tell you how well that holds on. What is the name of the weather widget you're using on your Samsung Fold 4? I'm assuming you just mean this one down here, or perhaps you mean this one here. Either way, it is built into it's Samsung's weather. It's their own weather widget. Can you try game controllers on the Pixel? That is a good question. That is a good question, and I have a way to answer that. This is the Nacon Rig MGX. Let's see here. Okay. That seems all right. Oop. Now I don't know. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And I don't know if this is going to work too good. I mean, it does. It does work, though. It does work, though. And then I could totally, like, just like Surface Duo 2, I could have, like, a game down here and split screen like YouTube up there. So, like, that's a win, right? That's pretty good. I'm not hating that. Let's see here. Chris with the super chat. I've never pre-ordered a phone before. I pre-ordered through Verizon. Should expect it to come July 18th delivery. They originally emailed. So I've actually heard from people that, like, they're saying July 18th, but, like, it could even come sooner than that. I wouldn't count on it necessarily, but it's definitely possible. I damaged my Z Fold 3 like that. Well, I assume you mean by putting it into a controller. I don't know how. As long as you're putting pressure, the pressure's this way, so it's not against the hinge. If the pressure's this way, I could see some weird stuff going on with it, you know, pushing against the hinge. But in this instance, the pressure is the opposite direction. So I don't know if that's going to damage things. I don't know how it would, but I guess it's possible. But again, it's going to come down to, you know, again, you're putting pressure here into the direction that it folds versus putting pressure here where there is no fold. You're pressing against just a regular phone. So I don't know if that would cause any damage. Let's see here. Ultimate DS. This is the Ultimate DS. I'm sorry. It just is. These are just facts. These are just facts. Pokemon Go. I have to install it. I've literally just set the thing up. These are all things I need to test and find out. What else? What else would be perfect for game? Would be fine for GameCube emulation. Oh yeah, for sure. I think that this thing will be able to handle that pretty well. I'm weird. I actually keep the timeout on my display. Like I don't like it turning off like ever. I want it to turn off when I tell it to. So I set it to 30 minutes. Split keyboard. Thank you. I know I saw someone else say something. Let's go into search. There's your split keyboard, and I think that you can, yeah, you can toggle it. So that's pretty cool. Got your split keyboard there. And I think there was something else. Pokemon Go on one side, Disney app on the other one, walking around the theme parks. Yeah, for sure. How many apps can you have in the dock when it's folded? You're saying how many apps can you have? I mean, let's see here. I think it's just that, unless home settings. Nope, it's not. Wait, is it that one? One of these, there's a way to change it. Wallpaper and style, perhaps? Yes, app grid. So we're going to do, I like 5x5. So we're going to do that. So 5x5 is what you're looking at. And then when you open it up, looks like you get one additional here. And I'm assuming, yes, it still says 5x5, but you get one additional in there. Let's see here. I do the same, much easier for content. Yeah, when you're filming content, your screen keeps turning off like you've been seeing. It's annoying. Sandra, you got yours as well. Did you try a case on it yet? Just very briefly. I've got these from Tudia that I popped on, and they seem okay. I need more time with them. I don't really have like a super duper thorough conclusion at this moment. I think it'll be okay. My biggest thing is, like, I use a pop socket here because I like to be able to. For one thing, it's just because, trying to reach that top screen with no grip is really hard. I don't think I'm really going to have as big of a problem on this just because it's so much shorter. I can shift my grip easier. So there's that. Compared to Duo 1. So it should be pretty similar. Hey, I just got the reset launcher bug on my my Duo 1. Look, can't go home. Can't script this stuff, guys. Duo 1, freaking out. Okay, so whatever. It's pretty much the same as Duo 2. And as far as like thickness goes, they're very, very close. Like this is the closest that we've really had. Look at that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Set that case back out of the way. All right, what else we got? Could you use the sensor to pull notifications? Oh, like the little gesture? Not by default. That's a good question. That would be under System and then Gestures. Quickly open camera for double tap, flip camera for selfie, lift, tap on, tap to check phone. Oh, okay, I see. Flip to shh. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like that's a thing. I don't like lift to check phone either. That annoys me. So it looks like it is what it is on that. I do need to look into if there's a way to make that fingerprint scanner be always on. Can you do a camera comparison between Pixel Fold and Z Fold 4? Yes, that will absolutely be coming in the next day or so. Anything else? It's very thin. Like it really does remind me a lot of the Duo. It really does. It has that similar, like, wide, like, stupidly thin thing going on. Does it have always on display? It's got the, you know, the tap thing, but I don't know if it's got always on. Let's see here. Would that be under security and privacy, like lock screen stuff? No. I guess I could just search it. Unless they call it something different, which they probably do. Yes, it does. Turned it on mine. Okay, so someone says that it does. Lock screen, control from locked. Always show time and info. There you go. Oh, we got to turn on. Always, we got to turn on the now playing thing as well. So now it should have the always. There we go. So there's your always on display. Am I excited about the Pixel 8 Pro? I am. Flat screen, improved cameras, improved system on a chip, brighter screen. Yeah, there's a lot there to like. The Duo is dead. Long live the Surface Duo. I like it. Touch to unlock anytime. Go under fingerprint unlock. Okay. Touch to unlock anytime. I may have to do it like this. Fingerprint unlock. You can't see my pen. You almost tricked me. Fingerprint unlock. Touch to unlock anytime. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's much better. That's much better. All right. Anything else? 315 viewers. My goodness. Very cool. I would compare it to an iPhone 14 Pro Max, but there is not a single Apple product in this house, so I can't. I'm one of those people. Let's turn my noise removal back on. Forgot about that. Open and close 6 times. I mean, I've already opened and closed it way more than 6 times. Just sitting here. I mean, it's fine. I don't know what you're expecting to happen, but I've opened and closed it a bunch. It's in here. When you open email, does the individual opening of an email automatically appear on the opposite side? I don't think there's anything on my personal email that is private other than, once again, just the address that I just keep showing you. Please don't email me. Let's see. Shipment is here. Yeah, there you go. Easy peasy. I want to see what the OnePlus Fold, yeah, for sure. The OnePlus Fold's looking really, really, really good. Is it super heavy? It's heavier than the Z Fold. I guess that's up to you if that means it's very heavy. It's, similar to a Surface Duo 2. Importing this to Portugal would cost a kidney. Yeah. The battery is the best on any foldable, in my opinion. I'm seeing lots of back and forth. Like Marquez Brownlee said it was bad, but I know other people that have told me it's good. So, I don't know. Yeah, so when you open it, I've shown this a couple of times, and I'll show you here as well. So just the normal pressure of opening it, this is what it looks like. You can open it the rest of the way. It's literally the same thing as my Z Fold. Like it's the same thing. People are freaking out over it, and it's the same. It's the same. Going back to 8.5 years of iPhone, very cool. Did you get to watch with it for free? I did, and I'm gonna be setting that up here as soon as I get off the stream, and I'm gonna be going to full pixel for a minute. This is actually my second Pixel Watch. Google sent me the Pixel Watch already, so now I have 2. But one is one that my wife usually uses. What's your take on the large bezels? I could not care less. It doesn't bother me at all. And in fact, I would give them away, but I'm going to use one and my wife's going to use the other. So, is what it is. In regard to the Pixel Watch, I should say. I'm in favor of the large bezels if they are worth it. And in my mind, camera being up here versus being under the display, that's my preference. Another thing, and this is very similar, to the Duo. See how the hinge mechanisms are way up here, not in the screen, that allows it to be thin. Look at the hinge mechanism. Does it look familiar to you? They've moved it out from underneath the screen. That's part of the reason why it's so thin. They could have done it other ways, but that's a thing. Also, yes, like people are saying, accidental touches are going to be minimized because there's a bezel. Do you think they're going to lower the price? They'll run sales for sure. There'll be sales. How great they are, I don't know, but that always happens. It's like a Duo, but one foldable screen instead of two. And in fact, if Duo 3 ever comes out, this will look more like Duo than Duo 3 looks like Duo, as far as I'm aware, unless there's been some big changes to the plan. Yeah, I like this form factor a great deal. I think this is going to be very, very good. Let's open up a YouTube video and full screen it.
I was like, just get yourself in a Friday meeting.
I mean, that's pretty good. You don't have to rotate it to in fact, if you do rotate it, you're getting a smaller screen. So that's pretty cool. I think YouTube will be pretty decent on it. What about flex mode? Which made me think of Flexo, the character from Futurama. Look at that. Beautiful. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, and then on top of that, can I show you this? Can you see this? Just the way that the hinge looks. Look how far that's like dipping down in there. How weird is that? Isn't it just weird that like screens can do that? That you can bend glass? Isn't that just strange? I did a quick speaker back and forth earlier on in the stream. I don't want to do it again, but it is earlier on. Could you hook up a USB-C dock and see what works? I might cover that in a later thing. I don't want to be digging that stuff out at this exact moment, but I will cover that. Does it have the swipe from the edge to go back gesture? Yeah, that's just a standard Android gesture. Let me actually quickly, while I'm sitting here, I do not like picture-in-picture. I hate that. It's annoying. So turn that off. Do you think it was worth it to pre-order it so far compared to the Fold 4? I mean, if you've already got a Fold 4, probably not. But I think I'm going to really like this. I don't want to say anything really like really firm at this moment, just because, you know, this stream is 43 minutes long and that's how long I've had it. So can't really say a whole lot. Does the outer screen feel a bit small despite its width? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so at this moment. I'll let you know if that opinion changes. But for now, I think it seems okay. I think it seems fine. Sound quality is pretty good. Again, I showed that earlier on in the video. You can roll back if you need to. Pocket test. That's a good idea. Let's go back to the main camera. So I've pocketed for a long time this behemoth and was fine with it. So I have a feeling that's going to be fine. And then also this thing, which, you know, it's quite a bit thicker, right? Just because of the fact that it doesn't fold flat and just the form factor. Pocket test. That's honestly not bad at all. Let me get some of my stuff out of my other pocket. And we'll do like, I mean, like that sticks out further than that does. This is a weird stream. This is a weird thing that we're doing. I think this is, honestly, that's probably more comfortable in my pocket than the Fold 4, and probably also more comfortable in my pocket than the Duo 2, because it's so wide that it's just super, it's a little awkward in the pocket. So I think pocketability seems pretty good to me so far. It is a little slippery. So I'm going to have to figure out what the game plan is there. Whether it's a case or the pop socket or whatever that might be. It's the same width as the Pixel 7 Pro, but a bit shorter. Yeah, more or less. That's pretty accurate. Can you multitask in YouTube in one half and a game below? You absolutely can. I don't have any games installed on here, but we can pretend. So let's open up YouTube on the right screen, and we'll just imagine that the Play Store is the game, and then you can just do this. And yeah, here's a cool thing. You can double tap the middle and they'll switch. So yeah, you can absolutely have a game up top or below, YouTube up top, game below, whatever you want to do. No problem at all doing that. Should work just fine. Should I keep the Z Fold 4 or get the Pixel Fold 4? Pixel Fold 4, what am I saying? Pixel Fold. That's really hard to say, especially at this moment. If you've already got the Fold 4, maybe if you can get a really good trade-in deal, it's hard for me to tell anybody to jump from one super expensive phone to another unless you just have the ability to do it. Could you install old school RuneScape? I mean, maybe in another video. I've never played RuneScape for a minute in my life. Can't make any statements about the battery yet. Just got the thing. Let's see. Battery is concerning. Charge time from 0 to full. Yeah, I haven't tested any of that yet. The Ars Technica video where the guy's screen died after 4 days. I did see it. Here's very briefly what I think. There's a teeny tiny little speck right over here on the guy's screen. And so here's what we don't know. We don't know what he closed his device on. He closed his device on something and it broke the screen, but we have no idea what it was. We don't know if you closed the same object inside the Z Fold screen, if it also would have failed. It's a one-off with a ton of unknowns, so I'm not putting really any weight in that at all. It doesn't concern me at the moment, not until there are more issues. Lots of comments. What if you live stream your live stream? Inception. What's going on, CF542? YouTube member. Does it have reverse charging? It does not have reverse charging. Let's see. Swiping back on the side. Does it go back to the same app? I'm assuming that this is going to be the exact same way. What they're asking is if you have two apps open and so I'm active over here. I'm going to swipe back on this side. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Dude, you just made my day. Okay, holy mackerel. They did it. Wow, they did it. Let me move this out of the way. So let me show you what this for the other people that might not know what the heck we're talking about. Why that's a big deal. Let me show you. So let's go YouTube and let's go. I just had the Play Store, so we'll grab that over here as well. On other foldables, they do not care which side you swipe back on. So this was the last active app, right? If I swipe back over here, it goes back on that app, which is causing it to close. That's dumb. It should respect the side that you're on. The gesture should be relative to the app that you're on, the side that you're on. That's how it works on Surface Duo. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how it works on the Pixel Fold. Man, I am so happy about that. That is such a bummer on the Z Fold. No one's talking about that, and that is a big deal. That makes this thing so much more usable in multitasking. Someone clip that and send it to Daniel Rubino. He's going to be just as excited as I am. That is awesome. I'm so glad somebody brought that up as well. All right, guys, we're coming up on an hour and 49 minutes. And I really want to just start getting my stuff installed on here and then get to work on more content, taking pictures back and forth with all three of these devices, potentially, probably 2 separate videos. I don't have any apps installed, guys. So asking to open different apps. I don't have anything installed. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get stuff installed. We're going to fully dive into testing, daily driving this thing. Going to get my Pixel Watch set up as well. And we're going to get rolling. Am I wearing an Apple Watch or a Fitbit? Neither. This is an Amazfit Bip 3. 2 weeks of battery life, baby. Awesome. Speaker test was done earlier on in the video. Thanks for watching. I'll have tons more stuff coming. 360 some odd people in here. Some big super chats, which I'm like extremely thankful for every time that type of thing happens. I don't usually ask for them, but when people give them, that's awesome that you thought this stream was worth doing that. So thanks for that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, because trust me, if you think I'm going to post a couple Pixel Fold videos, you don't know me. I'm going to be posting so many Pixel Fold videos. No, those are old tattoos. I've had them for a couple of years. I'm going to blow it out of the water like I did with the Duo, like I did with the Z Fold. This is what I do. I post twice a day, pretty much every day. So hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.